How do you feel about the team's performance?
Really confident, committed and disciplined performance from everyone. It was a very collective performance, and yeah, the players have been in a great place the last few weeks, and the way that their training is and their work there is coming out. They've had a bit between the teeth, and they know how important these games are. And they're taking a day at a time and trying to put the best work out there each day, and that's adding up to good, strong performances, which is really good to see.
Lindsay is now tied for the league lead in goals scored, and she's doing that from a central midfield role. How is she able to be such a goal scoring threat for you guys and playing in that position?
Yeah, I mean, her without making it subjective, her objective numbers in tackles and duels and headers and the amount of distance that she covers on the defensive side is outrageous, and then her numbers on creating goals and scoring goals. What we've seen across this league in the last 6 years, you often see someone who has the defensive numbers and they play defensive mid. And go back to 14-15, you had Buskowski at Kansas, Fishlock obviously at Seattle, and Lindsay is probably crushing those numbers that on the defensive side. And then what great players in the past have done with creating goals and scoring goals from midfield, like Kim Little and Cheney, Lauren Holiday. Lindsay's achieving putting up same numbers, if not better numbers, but she's one player doing both sides of the ball. We started to see this at the end of 16, you saw it in 17, and we're seeing it this year consistently, week in, week out. She's a complete midfielder, and that does so well on both sides, and we don't spend enough time talking about her passing and the way she breaks pressure and dictates the tempo. Her numbers that get us into the final third and get us into good areas is really high. And across the league, it's one thing to have high pass percentage and lots of touches, but to get your team from one third to another third or one half to another half is key. And Lindsay's numbers are really high, and some of the strongest on our team in doing that with Singh and Andra Senior. I've been very subjective about her and how important she is to us and how we value her. I think it's easier to look at the numbers and realise that we're seeing someone who's doing 2 or 3 players' jobs week in, week out, and she's one person. It's fantastic, and our job is to keep pushing her forward, to keep cleaning up her game and keep pushing new standards, because that's what she demands of us.
Mark, just talk about Haley. Late last year, you talked about how big her upside is, how young she is. We know about her speed, but just her physical impact, the way she looks so hungry tonight. Just talk about how.
Yeah, and she deserved a couple goals, and she's been knocking on the door, creating opportunities for others. Her link-up play, the way she played Anna through for that goal, was an exceptional goal. Great build-up from the team, but that pass, the split, and Anna to hit that far post was brilliant. Yeah, Rassa's very important to us, and I remember saying a bit last week. It's her quality on the field is important. Her energy, her physicality, the way she doesn't let the opposition have a second to rest. Her technical and tactical work continues to improve. She's technically cleaner. She's keeping hold of the ball, and she's creating chances. And yeah, it's big time for us. Having her as a player back is key. But she's a winner. She's important on Thorn, and the way she works week in, week out, day in, day out is very important. And we were very happy to have her back as a player when she got back. But it was as important to have her back as a person, because she knows what it means to this club to go out and work really hard and get the job done.
Obviously, Lindsay had the numbers and tackles. We're talking about Celeste's role the last few games.
Celeste tonight was absolutely crucial to our team, our performance. Without Celeste doing what she did tonight, we don't have the amount of the ball, we don't create the chances, and we don't deny Houston attacks that they've had in the past against us, or what they've done to other teams and they ripped them apart. Cel has grown tremendously in these last few months. She's obviously been a few years now, and she's continued to grow. Her tactical understanding to help balance our team. I mean, that's the difference. What we've been in the last few weeks is a very balanced team. Yes, it helps having the same players and quality training and reps. They're getting to know each other more. Having talent is where it all starts, but we've always had talent available. It's the chop and change that's hurt us. Celeste's performance is, at half-time, we felt was the most key thing that was helping our team tick today, because every time Houston thought about breaking or getting on the counter, Cel had positioned herself to go and deny or intercept and get us back on the board. If I was if I was players around her, I'd love to play with her because she's going to make my job easier by doing the work she does off the ball.
I know you're focused on tonight, but just seeing where you're at in the standings, and then given the frustrating result with Sky Blue last time out, how big of a must-win is next week's match for you?
Yeah, we've put ourselves in a hole a few times this year earlier on. I think it's passing behind us now. The Sky Blue and then the Seattle game. Yeah, 2 more points Sky Blue or a point at Seattle. This could be a very different picture, but we can't look in the rearview mirror. I think I've had tunnel vision here, obviously all year and focus on growing. But since this business end has turned up, knowing that the schedule that we have and the players that we have now back consistently, everything is in our control, and we got to hunt for that second place every single day in the way we work. We got to hunt for the second place every time we go out and play, and this is going to be the tightest run for a playoff spot in the history of the league. And I think what we thrive on is when the pressure's on and the business end is here, and it's a must-win, like you say. Brings out the best of us, and tonight I thought the players put on an amazing, complete, dominant performance that we needed, that we can build confidence from and take into next week at Sky Blue.
2 more questions.
Can you talk about the decision to sub off Kling for Catherine Reynolds in like the 66th minute?
Oh yeah, she missed 90 last week, and we had a longer training week than we normally do, and you know, she was on the radar to get towards 60-75 minutes, so we got a good 65 out of her, and we thought if Ojai was in the game, we thought Ellie might need a change, because it's going to take probably a couple of players to keep Ojai at the game. She's been so dangerous. She wasn't in the game, and Ellie probably had more freshness than we thought she would at that point. So it made sense to, you know, we lose some players ahead of next. We lose 4 players next week, going in early for the Tournament Nations, and Kling's going to need to be 90 minutes like everyone else that's available.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, guys.